The January transfer window is open. We've been very busy, that's for sure. And today we have Dortmund away. This is going to be fun. Welcome back then, guys, to the Red Devil Revival, here now for episode 37 of our Road to Glory series on FM21 with Kaiserslautern. And as I've just said in the intro, it is a transfer special today. The January transfer is well and truly open. We're at the end of it now, the 27th of January, and we've got one hell of a game today. We're only playing the one match, and we have Dortmund away in this episode today. If you missed the previous one where we had to take on Bayern Munich away, because life just gets easier and easier, that's for sure, in the Bundesliga, there'll be a link right above me so you can see exactly how we got on up against the best side in Germany. And of course, if you do enjoy today's video, guys, do make sure to drop a like down onto it. So every video, any likes on any of them massively helps the channel out. And of course, if you do enjoy the content and you're looking forward to seeing any more of it, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and to ring that notification bell to be notified when any of my content here on YouTube goes live. Now, we're going to start off straight away on the transfer screen. That is why we are on here straight away here in this episode. And things have been pretty busy. I hadn't planned to be quite so busy, but we had quite a big sale. So it provided me with a bit of extra money to go out and strengthen the squad where I felt necessary. And I'm quite pleased with the majority of players who have come in. There's still a bit of money to spend, so there still may be some more arrivals before the deadline does close. But I think we are in a stronger position than when we started this window. I'll run through our sales first of all. And first on the list, we had a free transfer for a youngster who I'm not going to mention about, Luca Knopp. We then though sold Joachim Nielsen, who I had intended to sell in the summer window. He finally left in this window to FC Groningen over in the Netherlands. We sold him for £550,000, possibly rising to £750,000. Not a bad deal if I do say so myself. He only had, I think, 18 months left on his deal. He was alright, but he hadn't played at all this season, so it made sense to move him on. And then this sale is the one which did happen. I'm hoping you can at least see who it is behind my webcam. I think you can do. Rudy Crowley went to RB Leipzig. Now, don't get me wrong, the kid is very decent for a 19-year-old and he has a lot of potential. He was a 5-star potential player, but he was such an inconsistent player whenever he played for us. He played 7 times in the second division. He played once in the first. He also played a couple of cup games here and there. But he was a red card magnet, just a card magnet overall. He had 20 aggression. And yeah, you can see on the screen now, we sold him for £9 million. I believe it was £6 million up front with 3 in instalments. And I think there was a sell-on fee included in there as well. There was about 4 or 5 clubs battling for him. There was Spurs, there was Leipzig, there was Man U, and there was 2 others who I can't remember exactly who they were. But he chose Leipzig. They all offered practically the same amount of money. And yeah, Crowley is gone. I was over the moon with that, and I felt it was not a bad deal at all. We also sold another youngster, Gorkan Baz, over to Hoffenheim for £300,000. It was all up front. I wasn't fussed. He's not a great player. And then finally, we also sold Mark Uth, who I, again, much like Nielsen, wanted to sell in the summer. We didn't have enough interest in him. He's now gone to ADO Den Haag over again in the Netherlands, this time for £725,000. I mainly wanted him off the wage bill because he was on quite a hefty wage. With those players going out, bringing in just over £10 million, we have brought in quite a few new signings. We brought in one just before the window actually opened in Agron. Now, I'm going to completely butcher this. Raka. I'm not too sure. He's Finnish, and we signed him on a free transfer from FC Ives over in Finland. He's a really decent player. He's got good technicals at the age of 17. His mentals are a bit lacking. His physicals are okay. He's 2-star current, 5-star potential. He's mainly just going to be sitting in the second side and hopefully just getting mentored and so on. Maybe have the odd game here and there. But that's Aglon, I'm going to probably call him because it's a bit easier than saying his surname. After him, we then brought in Jan Giovanni, who we again, much like Agron, we actually signed before the January window opened. He, though, didn't arrive until the beginning of January. He comes from Medellin over in Colombia. He is a right back, and my intention is he is going to be our long-term successor to Nico Williams. He is very good physically and very good mentally. Not quite there technically yet, but he is only 18. He's only going to get better. We signed him for £650,000. That was the compensation fee. we had to pay to bring him in, and I think he could be a really good option. He played 40 games in his debut season for Medellin, got a 7.14 average rating. Could be a very good player, that is for sure. Then after San Giovanni, we signed Jakob Lidin from Malmo over in Sweden, and he is a very, very good centre-back. He's only 19, only going to get better, already 3.5-star current ability. He's probably up there as good as Rafael Torres, our other young centre-back that we have, if not maybe slightly better. My intention is to play him as a ball-playing defender, despite his technique and first touch is a bit lacking, but I am training him in those areas, so hopefully he can get a little bit better. But I think he's a really good defender. He's got very good physicals, very good in the air, and I think getting him tutored by the likes of Sane and so on could really help him out. We signed him for just over £1 million, really chuffed with him. We then signed a new left-back. I hadn't planned to bring one in, but I spotted this kid, Hector Franco from Leon over in Mexico, and I could not say no. He is fantastic. He's 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Of course, he's going to play as our left wing back. He hasn't played as of yet. At the moment, Calafiori is still first choice, but I'm going to slowly take my time and bed him into the squad and probably have him be our first choice left back from next season once Calafiori's loan expires at the end of this current year. But that is Franco. He's such a good player. He really is. And we signed him for only £800,000. Again, that was a compensation fee. I think it could possibly rise slightly higher, but even so, really chuffed with that. We then made quite a big money signing. This is a player who I have been scouting for some time, and I finally tried to pull the trigger on it and brought him in from Mulder. His name is Andreas Skrettenberg, and basically I'm hoping he's going to become the new Erling Haaland. He is a Norwegian striker. He is 17 with 16 finishing, which I adore. He's very good in terms of physicals. He's great off the ball. And I am really looking forward to seeing how he does get on. His 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He could be really, really good. He's also 6'4". So basically, he is the new Erling Haaland, I am hoping. And if he can get as many goals as Haaland, that would be fantastic. We brought him in for quite a hefty fee of 4.5 million. It could rise up to, I think, 7.5 if he scores like 50 goals and so on. So we'll have to wait and see. But he's a very good striker. He's also mentally, he's got good determination. He's resolute too, which is really, really nice. But that is Andreas. He hasn't played yet, but I'm looking forward to giving him some game time. It's worth noting, in the UEFA Under-21 Championship for Norway, he played 6 times and got 10 goals for them. And over at Mulder, in his first full season, played 23, got 13 goals at 17. So he's not bad. He's got good potential. He can be a very, very good option. We then signed another defender. This is another Mexican player who we got on a free transfer. He was actually without a club at all. Jose Gerardo. He is just a youngster with a bit of potential. We brought him in. There was no fee involved in this. He goes straight into our youth team, and I'm hoping he can do a good job. He's both-footed, which is quite nice. And maybe if he develops, we could have a really good trio of defenders with Gerardo, Torres, and Lidin as well. Quite possibly. We'll have to wait and see. He's way off the pace, though, at the moment, so probably not likely to see him play this season. The final player we brought in, for the moment anyway, is a new defensive midfielder. After I was getting a little bit frustrated about the ball midfielder position for our team and the fact that I didn't really feel we had a suitable player in there in Liuzio. He wasn't quite good enough. And of course, Crowley going out. We brought in a bit more of an experienced head in Ibrahima Diallo from Southampton for £2 million. They're also paying some of his wages. And basically, he comes in a really decent option as a ball midfielder on support in the DM role. Can do a good job. Quite experienced. He's 24. So hopefully he can play well for us. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he does get on. He hasn't played as of yet. He's literally just arrived a couple of days ago in game. But that so far is all the signings at the moment. In terms of how much we have to spend still, we're a little bit over our wage bill, but I'll adjust that. We have basically about £3 million, £2.5 million to spend once the wage has been sorted out. So I think we're in a really good position going forward. In terms of how we've gotten on since last time out, we've only played one game because it's been the winter break. We had all our friendlies and so on. We played Stuttgart at home and we smashed them 3-0. A really top-notch performance. A brace on Pellegrini. Another goal from Zakiri. Really good stuff. And as a result, in the Bundesliga at the moment, we sit in 8th position. Really, really good stuff from us. We're only 2 points behind Stuttgart, who of course we have just beaten. We are though taking on Borussia Dortmund in a second, who sit actually second in the Bundesliga itself, and we've got to go to the Signal Iduna Park. This is going to be painful. You can see the matches taking place today. In terms of how we are going to be lining up for this game, it is as follows. It is Krapikas in net, Sane, Torres and Gimba as our back three. Williams at right back, Diallo coming in for his first game for the club. Calafiori at left back, Estakao and Elena in the centre of midfield, and Pellegrini and Zakiri both up front. We have Sklettenberg on the bench. We have San Giovanni and Franco also on the bench, and Lidin as well. So they could all maybe possibly make their debuts for the club today. We will have to wait and see. At the moment, there is interest in Moria from Cologne. If I get a bid for him, I may well let him go. But currently, there has been no other action on any of our players. But let's get into this game. Let's see how we do. Away at Dortmund, I'm going to be honest, we're probably going to get absolutely battered. I know we beat them at home in a thrilling 4-2 victory, which was unfortunately off camera. I wish it wasn't, but it was indeed the case. But if we can get anything from this, I will be really, really chuffed with it. I'm going to say to all the lads I have faith in. They all look pretty happy other than Gimba. So let's see how we do. Dortmund, who are on fantastic form. You can see it there. Top stuff from them. A 4-2-3-1 from them. There is no Erling Haaland. It's worth noting he has left. He joined Liverpool, I think it was, at the end of the summer transfer window. So that is at least a positive for us going into this game. But I'm not expecting very much whatsoever. We will probably get absolutely shafted by them, if I'm completely honest with you all. It could only be a 3 or 4-0 this one, a bit like the Bayern Munich game. But if we can get a goal, I'll be happy. I know, of course, we did get 4 against them last time, but we were at home. I just don't expect to see much from here. Reina with the ball. He's gone for it. They could have already been 1-0 up. Thankfully, they are not in this game after less than 5 minutes. That would not have been an ideal way to start this game, that is for sure. We kind of whizzing through a little bit of these early few stages of the game. We're already 15 minutes in. Another highlight. I was about to say another highlight. There is now another one here. Zagadou heads over the bar. Very lucky. Oh, actually, did it hit the bar? It must have hit the bar. I thought he headed it over, but he didn't. Okay, Elena lumps it up. We get a chance to counter attack. This is what we did the whole game when we played Dortmund the first time around, is it was just constant counter attacks. Hang on, Chan. Oh, okay. I thought Chan was about to get sent off. He got booked in the end, unfortunately. Would have been good if he got sent off after 20 minutes. That would have been very, very helpful, that's for sure. But sadly, not quite the case. They do still have Bellingham in this side. Bellingham is just disgustingly good in FM this year. Okay, hang on. Chance to counter. This is actually, we got a couple of goals, I think, last time from corners. Zakiri now to Pellegrini. Come on, Pietro. Pietro Pellegrini. It's a good save from Nubel. It's a good, decent stop from the man in between the Dortmund net there. But to be fair, opening, what was that, 35 minutes? Not bad from us, not bad at all. We've not been completely dominated. We had a couple of decent chances. Okay, Klosterman here though for Dortmund, plays it into Diawara. Way too much space for Bellingham, who hits it. And after I've already said about how good he is, unsurprisingly, he sticks that in the back of the net with a lovely little finesse finish into the bottom right, or the right-hand corner. That wasn't in the bottom, was it? But a good strike from him. Poor defending, just nobody closed him down. I don't really know why no one was closing him down, but the deadlock has finally been broken. Been a very even game though, realistically. You look at the stats there, maybe a little bit unlucky to be losing, maybe not. Probably a fair result when you look at it overall. I'm going to say to the lads, I don't think any of you played as well as you're capable of in that first half. No one cared. I'm going to say to everyone, disappointed then. Okay, there we go. Disappointed. They all look okay other than Nico. I'll tell you what then, Nico, if you're going to get annoyed about it, I'll get you off. We'll get San Giovanni on, who isn't actually natural at right wing back yet. He's learning it, but he's still a decent wing back nonetheless. We'll get him onto the pitch. We'll see how he does perform. I may also bring off Calafiori. In fact, I think I'm going to. We're going to get Calafiori off for Hector Franco as well. We'll both get them making their debuts in this game. The good thing now with Franco being the team is that when we have to sub off Calafiori, we are not really losing anything by bringing Franco into the team. Okay, Diallo there. It's a poor clearance. I will be honest with you. That was not great. Oh, good tackle though from Diallo. Good tackle again. And somehow he doesn't have the ball. That is so unlucky from him to not have actually got the ball after 2 really good challenges in that passage of play. Dortmund keeping the ball quite nicely. Again, Diallo with a good interception. And again, doesn't manage to come away with it. Thankfully, Krapikas almost screwed that up. But thankfully, it did just about go wide of the post. That could have been a lot more painful than it actually was. I may well bring on our Norwegian striker, Sklettenberg, pretty shortly. I think the pace from him could be good to have up front. Hang on, Zakiri here. Oh, he's done Klosterman. That should be a yellow card there for Klosterman, I hope, ref. Indeed it is. I think that's the end of the highlight though. They've got a lot of yellow cards at the back, have Dortmund. Both of their wing backs and one of their centre backs are all booked at the moment. So maybe a red card incoming for Borussia Dortmund. That was a really bad ball from Hector Franco. Not great from him. I just realised they got Piatek up front. I didn't realise that's who they've got in the team. Bellingham again in way too much space. And we're now 2-0 down. Unsurprising, really. Bellingham just being given way too much space on the pitch. Not good from us. I'm going to get on Sklettenberg. We'll get him on for Zakiri. Straight swap. And let's just go for this, shall we? Let's see how we do. I'm going to skip this. I don't need to see the highlight again. Thank you very much, game. We don't need that. We're going to go attacking. I'm also actually going to change up how we're playing slightly. We're going to go as a 5-2-1-2 like so. I'm going to tell Diallo to go more defensive though. And we'll get Ustakal playing as a DLP on support. And Elena going more attacking. And let's see how we do. I'll also get Franco going more attacking too on this left flank. Let's go for it. We've got nothing to lose, really. We need to get a goal soon. Otherwise, we can basically just write this game off. It'll be a shame if it does finish 2-0. We, of course, had that great chance to get an early goal from Pellegrini. It's a good save from Newball. But it does look like we're just going to whiz through it. I think we are going to, sadly, for us in this game. But, I mean, away at the Signal Iduna Park, you're not going to expect that much, realistically speaking. And, indeed, we do come away as 2-0 losers in this game. I'm going to say to him, I can't fault your effort. We weren't that bad. 2-0 on the face of it isn't that bad, really, when you think about it. It could have been a lot worse. In terms of the table, we still sit 8th, which is good. Leipzig haven't played, so they do have a game in hand, so they could gain some points from us after that match if they do end up winning their game in hand. But we need to, of course, have a look at our schedule, see what we're going to come back for next time around. So let's have a look and see what games we have coming up. In terms of the schedule then, if we go down and have a look, of course, we've got to finish up the January transfer window. So what will probably happen is I still have a few more plans in terms of players coming in. We'll probably only play the one game next episode unless there is very little detail to talk about, in which case we will then play 2. We'll have to wait and see. What we will probably do, though, is we'll come back at the end of February for the Hertha Berlin game, because Hertha sits 6th in the Bundesliga, having a very good year. And then if we don't have that many transfers to talk about, we will then also take on Borussia Mönchengladbach away, a team who are struggling at the foot of the table, a real relegation 6-pointer for us, that is sure. So next episode will be definitely Hertha Berlin and also possibly Borussia Mönchengladbach. Overall though, guys, that just about brings this video here to a close. And I think overall we can say, in terms of the transfers who have come in and the players who have gone out, good bit of business from us. I think our squad is in a much stronger position. We've got a lot more depth now to the team, which definitely I found in the defence and also up front was a slight issue for us in the first 6 months of the season. I'm hoping Sklettenberg, especially coming in, can get us a good few goals and he can really develop and take on the mantle for us in our attacking lineup. But of course, we'll have to wait and see quite how he does get on. I'm also hoping with the new wing backs, we're going to have a lot more depth in those positions, because of course, Sam Byram at right back was not good enough whenever Nico Williams wasn't fit. So hopefully San Giovanni can do a good job for us in that right wing back role. But we'll have to wait and see. Of course, with the Dortmund game, sadly, didn't go to plan, but it was Dortmund at the end of the day. I wasn't expecting very much. But guys, I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do make sure to drop a like down onto it. And of course, if you are looking forward to seeing any more of my content, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and to ring that notification bell to be notified whenever my content here on YouTube goes live. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time.